Hey, what's up? What's up? I am still mom family. I know you're like, oh my gosh, where has Shalika been? No updates, no talks about the journey. Well, gotta let you in on a little secret. I'm pregnant. That's right, people. We are pregnant now with not one, but two baby girls. Approximately 15 weeks and I guess one day. Excuse my lip. My lip is always crazy on this video, but yes, 15 weeks and one day. Um, so yeah, I guess I'm here to give you a little update about that since it's been officially announced. Um, but basically, my husband and I talked about in previous videos, had cervical incompetency, but we also had diminishing ovarian reserve. So we worked with a few fertility clinics to try to get me to ovulate more eggs so I could have more opportunities to get pregnant. Well, it looks like this time I got pregnant twice. It was a pretty easy process. Well, the second go around. The first go round with the first doctor, we tried letrozole, which my body did not work well with. But then the second go round, oh, my hair is bad. The second go round, we tried Clomid, and we were successful on the second cycle. I think we produced 2 eggs, and both of them were fertilized. So that was back in September. We found out we were pregnant September 22nd. My HCG levels were high, but with my son Aiden, my HCG levels were high. So I just was like, oh, they're just high. Well, come to find out, it was 2 babies in there. We found out somewhere roughly first, second week of October that it was twins. They are die twins, or fraternal twins as we call them, meaning they have their own placentas, they have their own sex, but they may or may not still be sharing nutrition. One baby is bigger, baby B. She's bigger than baby A, but they've been historically within a few days of each other. Truth be told, I don't think that the eggs will fertilize on the same day, but that's just my thought. That's not medically backed. So yeah, I'm about 15 weeks pregnant. We also had to address the cervical insufficiency, and what we ended up doing was meeting a doctor out of Greensboro. Actually, he's in Greensboro and Charlotte and Winston-Salem. To do what they call a TAC surgery, which is transabdominal cerclage. So that means they go in through the abdomen and place a cerclage at the top of your cervix. The success rate with these are about 95% or so. And being that with twin pregnancies, a lot of doctors do not give you any options as far as cerclages because they haven't been widely tested. We decided to go down this route. So about 4 weeks ago, when I was 11 weeks pregnant, Lord, this lip of mine, we had that placed, and I have basically, guys, forgive me, I have basically been recovering for 4 weeks. It's been a road between my bladder and my bowels. And yeah, that's been a journey. But I can say this week has been one of the better weeks. Shout out to my mother-in-law. I have two mother-in-laws. and my mother, they all alternated weeks before and after Thanksgiving to come help take care of us. So that was really, really helpful. Shout out to my husband. He worked most of the time, but the times that counted, he was there. He was there for the surgery. We were there. We were there a good 10 hours. Not even gonna lie to you. It took them a while to get started with me, but once they got started, I probably was in surgery for a couple hours. Um, but I made it. The worst part of it was the catheter, honestly. I hate those things. And apparently with this cerclage, I'll have to have a C-section, so I may have to go through that again. But yeah, um, been working with maternal fetal medicine out of UNC, Chapel Hill. That's who we plan to deliver with this time. Um, Again, I mentioned a few seconds ago that I'm having a C-section because of the placement of the cerclage. So I'm okay with that. The goal is to keep this nice long cervix closed and healthy and the baby's healthy so that I don't go into preterm labor. And so thankfully, I was able to connect with the preterm labor doctor out at UNC, and she is the bomb. Her name is Dr. Tracy Manick. If any of you ever have experienced preterm birth or a cervical insufficiency, I suggest that you and you're in the Raleigh, Durham, Chapel Hill area, I suggest that you reach out to her and her team. They're very nice. All of the doctors were nice. Honestly, at UNC maternal fetal medicine, there was one nurse that I did not care for. She made some inappropriate comments during my onboarding, but and yeah. And I didn't like some of the conversations I had with some of the earlier doctors, but I realized they were doing their job. And honestly, I had spoke with my husband and was just like, if it doesn't work out with Dr. Manick, we'll go somewhere else where we feel comfortable. But we feel totally comfortable. She has a plan. I love a doctor with a plan. She has a plan to see me throughout, to just make sure everything's intact, make sure the girls are still happy and healthy. My girls are characters already. It was at a point where baby B was the